It's good to be back to the office. Markets sold off heavily last week, especially for some of the currencies like British pound got destroyed. Friday alone is down was 5%. So it was a crazy market, and a lot of people are saying actually that US central bank is destroying economies all across the universe. So
Sorry.
All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. My name is Andrew, and I was off trading for 1 week. I was in London. I saw the funeral of the Queen. I was actually staying in Windsor. It was a really, really historic moment, and I really enjoyed that. Plus, I had a surgery in London. I stayed 1 day, and I came yesterday. It's good to be back to the office. Markets sold off heavily last week. It was a really, really bad week, especially for some of the currencies like British pound got destroyed. On Friday alone is down was 5%. So it was a crazy market, and a lot of people are saying actually that US central bank is destroying economies all across the universe. So the chance that there's going to be a global recession just because the US central bank are so aggressive is very, very high. So get ready for probably a big depression around if they continue want to do these kind of things. But today I had one trade, really good trade, and I made really, really good money on that. I'm very satisfied with that. I'm closing by $12,350, and it was just all on TQQ, most of it. And I want to talk about how we trade TQQ. So TQQ is a derivative, something that is by itself, the price action doesn't matter. It tracks something else. So, the example of that would be like mortgage interest rates is following the benchmark interest rates of Federal Reserve. It's something like that. So TQQ is following QQQ index, but on a 3 times leverage and every single moment. So if QQQ goes up 1%, TQQQ goes 3%. What the price range, it doesn't matter. It's just all correlation intraday. So what we had today was the market after a very, very big sell-off on Friday. Let's take a look at the market on Friday. Really, really, really big sell-off on the at the last week. Gapped up today, and the gap up was strong. It was more than 1%. That was a very solid gap up. So I was hoping to get a 1 minute open range break up on QQQQ. A lot of stocks like Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, they were all gapping up, but they're all part of QQQQ, so they're kind of correlated. And remember, when the market is really volatile, everything is correlated. I mean, essentially, most of the things are correlated. So QQQ was gapping up. The gap up was strong. It was not a small gap up, and it stayed strong to the open. So what I was looking at TQQ, that was a perfect setup that I was looking for. A stock was gapping up 4% just because QQQ was gapping up about 1.3%. It really didn't sell off. I took 1 minute open range breakup, which is my bread and butter trading at 2180. It's very solid push through the VWAP. And I added more because I was very confident in this move at 2190, and we went all the way up to 2235. And actually I added again at 2215. And what I was looking at the level 2. Level 2 is also really important. Level 2 was very bullish. It means ask was stacking higher and higher and higher. And that was enough for me, a very heavy trade. You can get such a solid move on that and turn out to be a very amazing trading day for me. So how to trade TQQ? TQQ is a very powerful vehicle when indexes are volatile, especially technology index is very volatile like TQQ. It follows the pattern of QQQ. So if you look into the QQQ 1 day, 1 minute, you see the exact same thing. But it's very capital efficient if you trade TQQ. The downside of the TQQ is if this dropping and you don't get a stop down, you actually drop on an elevator. So it just drops much faster because it's leveraged product. It's a leveraged derivative product. So as you see exact pattern that you're here. So, when you punch through the VWAP, I knew that the volume is coming and QQQ is going to continue the move. That's why I added heavily on that, and we get essentially the same move on that. After that, market dropped. TQQ as well dropped, but I was out at at the break even. My trading management is that when you add, you start scaling out, you bring your stop loss at the break even. So by the time that I had a couple of entry, my break even was almost here, and therefore I got out of it at around $22. Very simple, very effective. If you get the right move, days like this, when you have a strong gap up or a strong gap down, it's really good. Usually a strong gap up days are much easier to trade than a stock gap down. That's just based on experience, because short covering is easier phenomena than just people dumping and buying shares on a stock that is gapping down. So that was my trade, and that's how you trade TQQ, how to day trade TQQ. Brian, how was your day?
My day was pretty good. Like I said yesterday, the market put in a bottom around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was watching it, and it was just actually around 2 or 2:30. So I was just watching it. It looked like the Qs are going to bounce back. So I went long TQQ, and I actually held it overnight. So I went into this open here with some TQQ on a swing trade, and followed your trade. You talked about how the TQQ bounced, so just followed it up and sold on the way up as well. So I'm pretty much out of it now. The other trades I did, I was watching Uber at the open. I don't know why Uber was up on, and I kind of thought if the market was going to bounce, Uber has been pretty strong. Same with Lee. So Uber I took as an opening range breakout basically, and it went right up through just kind of followed the SPY, or the Qs I should say, basically. So yeah, had a nice move on Uber, and other than that, it was a good day. AXTI scalped a bit. That's kind of outside of the realm of our philosophy for stocks to trade, but it still gave a nice trading opportunity if you're quick and you know how to trade these. It's halted right now. Again, it's a third halt, so this is probably this could be a scary time to be in a third halt. So anyway, that's how the day went.
100%. Well, thank you so much for that, guys. Today is Tuesday. I'm having a strategy webinar. And if you'd like to be part of the community, just feel free to sign up. If you have any question or comments, leave it in the comments on YouTube. I appreciate the like and subscribe to our channel. And also, I'm going to mention that to the community first. I'm looking forward to hire a chief marketing officer and lead content strategies for trading terminal and variable traders. Someone who has the experience in digital marketing and managing the team of the marketing effort that we are having for trading terminal. If any one of you are in that area, as soon as we post the job on LinkedIn, maybe you guys can apply. I'd love to hire people from traders who are part of the community who share the passion of building something amazing for retail traders, because that's all really our passion. So if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. As soon as the job posting is up, I'm gonna respond to you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, and all the best, guys.